Now, I thought we'd already exhausted all of Mark Sargant's Flat Earth Clues videos, but I had a quick look at his playlist again and realised I'd missed a few videos. Some are too long and boring to cover, but there is one that I do think we need to examine. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Hello all and welcome along to another video with me, Sargant Dan. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today's video though, a quick thank you to the sponsors today, Incogni. The number of data breaches worldwide rises every year. According to the annual data breach report by the Identity Theft Resource Center, it went up by 72% in 2023 compared to previous years. This means that you and your loved ones are at a constantly increasing risk of data breaches as a growing list of data brokers holds your personal information. Now, whilst you can ask these data brokers to delete that information, the process takes hundreds of hours to do manually and requires repetition. That is why you need Incogni. Incogni will reach out to data brokers on your behalf, request your personal data removal, and then handle any objections from their side. And the whole process is automated. They also take care to make sure your data remains off the market by conducting repeated removals, taking your data down if it pops up again. Now that's what makes their yearly subscription especially advantageous. And you can protect your loved ones too with the family and friends plan. You can add up to 4 members to your subscription, meaning they benefit from the exact same service that you do. I've been using Incogni for over 18 months now. The last report I got, there was 152 requests for data removal. 152, and it saved me 114 hours of work. And now introducing custom removals on the Incogni Unlimited plan. If you try Googling yourself, full name, city and state for example, you'll be shocked at how many sites publicly share your information. But Incogni's custom removals can put a stop to that. You simply point them to where your data is being exposed and their privacy experts will handle the rest. Whilst it may seem that taking your personal data back is challenging, their custom removals feature makes it effortless for you. Take your personal data back with Incogni, use the code at the link below and get 60% off the annual plan. That's at incogni.com/SargantDan. Right, on with today's video then, which comes from Mark Sargant, as I said. His video is called Flat Earth versus the Universe. Interesting. Away we go.
Science tells us that light moves so fast, the only way the average person can understand it is to break the numbers down to the lowest possible unit. In this case, 186,000 miles a second, or for Americans, 720 million miles per hour. Multiply that by a week, a month, a year, and you will start to see why people have no idea how to get their heads around the so-called universe.
Big numbers don't mean fake numbers. The universe is vast, light is fast. The scale doesn't make it unbelievable, it makes it awe-inspiring. If anything, Mark's reaction proves why we use things like scientific notation. Our brains are just not built to visualize billions or trillions.
The Carl Sagan term of billions doesn't even begin to scratch the surface. Neither does trillion, quadrillion, or quintillion. That's 10 to the 18th power, by the way, a number so large that the only people fortunate enough to deal with it on a daily basis have PhDs in astronomy or astrophysics. And it doesn't just apply to space miles. It is also used to estimate the number of stars or galaxies, depending on what textbook you're looking in.
10 to the 18th power sounds dramatic, but it's just shorthand for writing a lot of zeros. Now, scientists use these notations because counting stars one by one would take longer than watching every flat Earth video on YouTube combined. So when Mark sneers at big numbers, remember, that is not evidence of deceit. It's his personal incredulity showing itself. He can't believe the numbers are that big, so in his mind, they're not.
Billions, trillions, quadrillions. Large names and even larger numbers to make you, the individual, feel small. If you believe science, then you are a single molecule on a microscopic speck, flying through an amazingly vast universe at unbelievable speeds. If you believe science, that is.
Here we go, the emotional pivot. Mark turns from numbers to feelings, claiming science is just trying to make you feel small. But science doesn't make you insignificant, it shows that you're part of something incredible. You're literally made of the same atoms forged in ancient stars' cores. You're not a meaningless speck, but living proof that the universe can look back at itself and wonder. The cosmos is not there to make you feel small. It's there to remind you of how extraordinary it is that we're here at all.
But then they also humanize it for you. Show you iconic achievement photos of Americans proudly standing on the lunar surface, driving cars that shouldn't be there. The fear of being stranded or dying, apparently not important.
Now he mocks the photos of Apollo astronauts, saying that the cars shouldn't be there, but they absolutely should. They were built to be there. The lunar rover was specifically designed for low gravity, folded up neatly inside the lunar module, and worked perfectly on the moon's surface. As for the fear of dying, that's not proof of fakery. It's proof of bravery, surely. These were test pilots and engineers who literally risked their lives for the sake of exploration. Acting like calm professionals is not suspicious. It's what they were trained to do.
They draw cartoons for recruitment posters and put their lead spokesperson in mainstream movies. Then they keep showing you more pictures every day to convince you they are the good guys and not some dark shadow branch of the US government.
And now we're deep into conspiracy territory, aren't we? According to Mark, apparently NASA isn't even a space agency. It's a shadowy Hollywood PR firm. The cartoons he's referring to are educational outreaches and artist impressions. Because, shockingly, kids learn better from visuals than spreadsheets. Every space agency does this to inspire, not deceive.
Here's just a random shot of the moon, taken 50 years ago. And here's a shot of the Earth, taken from the moon, just recently. Here's a close-up look at Saturn, and this one even closer still. Here's a rocket launching into Earth orbit, and here's what it supposedly looks like when you arrive, even though when everyone else flies, they see something like this. Forget what you've been shown. What do your senses tell you?
Classic Mark Sargant move here. Don't trust evidence, trust your senses. Which is funny because our senses are terrible at understanding the universe. What Mark really means here is ignore data, ignore evidence, and trust your gut. Ridiculous, it really is.
When you're a child, you're told that this is your home. You're not a child anymore. Time to wake up, grow up, and think for yourself. The world isn't what you think it is. It's better, more elegant, more efficient, and easier to understand. This is your home now. It was built with great care and craftsmanship, just for you. It is the perfect illusion, designed to help you learn about yourself and each other.
Mark claims the world is better, more elegant, and easier to understand if it was flat. But that's a massive oversimplification. Reality isn't tidy, it's complex and messy, and astonishingly beautiful, and science embraces that. The idea that Earth was built just for you sounds comforting, but it's pure ego wrapped up in pseudo-spiritual packaging. The globe doesn't revolve around you, you revolve with it. And that's far more humbling and inspiring than any fantasy dome over your head.
There is an awakening happening right now, all around you. The rules and control systems of the past are breaking down. All you have to do is look at it with an open mind and let it sink in.
Mark made this video 7 years ago. How's that awakening working out for you, Mark? It seems you're going backwards at the moment, doesn't it?
Then you will start to understand the possibilities that take you from being just a speck to that of an intimate creative force sitting in a giant room waiting to show itself. Trust your senses and join us.
And there's the final hook, the join us moment. Every conspiracy pitch ends the same way. An invitation that sounds empowering, but really it's just recruitment. Mark says, look with an open mind. But an open mind is not the same as an empty one. You don't throw out evidence and then call enlightenment. Real curiosity means testing ideas, not swallowing them whole because they feel good. My word, that was awful, Mark. You can see right through it. What a mess. Well, there we go, everyone. What do we think of that sales pitch from Mark there? Let me know in the comments below. As I say, we're all done and dusted for another one. Thanks so much for watching today. If you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the thumbs up button too. Just enough time to once again thank Incogni for sponsoring today's video. Remember, go to incogni.com/SimonDan and use the code below to get 60% off an annual plan. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great day and I'll see you tomorrow for another Flat Earth Friday. See you then.